welcome to Cruise1st TV with Derek and Joe. It's time now to sit back, relax and watch the world of luxury cruising just appear before you. It's time once again to enjoy the wonders of celebrity cruises.
Yes, welcome. These ships from Celebrity are works of art in their own right, and they've been created by commissioning some of the world's top designers. You'll feel every aspect of that design wonder as you explore their signature boutique welcome. Now we're off to the exotic in this show for some amazing trips, which all include Celebrity's classic drinks package plus Wi-Fi to keep you connected all the way through your trip.
And some amazing cruises coming your way, from enjoying the wonders of Australia's Great Barrier Reef and the serenity of New Zealand's Fiordlands on two spectacular Celebrity Edge adventures in November. But first, let's head east to Asia and enjoy colourful cities and exotic Thai beaches on a 2-week getaway for February in 2027. Now we'll fly you first off to Singapore to pick up a sling and enjoy the colours and sounds with a 3-night hotel stay. I do, of course, mean the drink.
Of course.
Anyone was wondering?
What other kind of sling could you have?
I have no idea.
There's probably some rides there in the Sentosa Island in Universal that would sling you across somewhere, I'm sure.
I'll settle for the drink, thanks.
You've got to try it though. It's a famous gin-based cocktail created by Raffles Hotel in the 20s, I think, and they do a version as well. There is the cable car over Singapore Harbour. That's lovely. Some fun in Sentosa Island, or you might want to go on the Singapore Flyer, which is the big Ferris wheel. Great place to visit for sure. Then it's off for some all-included cruising on Celebrity. We've got 9 nights on board the Millennium as you enjoy a classic drinks package and your Wi-Fi. 9 nights is a wonderful cruise length because sometimes a week just doesn't feel long enough, does it? And especially since you're heading out all the way to the east, 9 nights is going to just enable you to see a lot whilst relaxing. Honestly, a cruise holiday is just the best way to do it, because you don't have to think about anything at all. You don't have to think about getting from A to B. You don't even really have to plan the excursions yourself. You can just go down to the Shore Excursions desk or go to one of the presentations or watch your in-cabin show that will be on demand to choose the excursions. And then, hey, presto, you meet at a certain time down in the theatre or maybe down in the atrium for your excursion. The tour guides will take you out, pop you on the bus or wherever you're meeting, and bring you back to the ship on time. So there's so much less to have to think about on a cruise than you'd ever imagine. But if you are much more of an independent traveller and you're like, well, I like cruising, but I like to do my own thing, you can absolutely do that when you're off in the ports of call, because you can decide what you want to do and just be back to the ship on time. This is actually a question that might seem quite simple, but if you've never cruised before, you might be thinking, well, hang on, can I get off the ship when it's in port unless I'm on an excursion? Yeah, you absolutely can. You can do whatever you like, which is great. Now, the Persian Garden, this is a wonderful place to relax up in the spa. That is the thermal suite. They have a salt cave, they have a steam room, sauna, the thermal pool, and you can buy a pass for that. Or if you are Aqua Class, you'll get it included. That's an additional fee if you'd like to do that. Let's talk about the food, because the food's available 24/7 when you are enjoying your new luxury adventure, whether it be in-room dining that you can order at any point, or late-night pizza, or indeed one of the many delicious restaurants on offer. Now, the Mast Grill, this is a great way of enjoying food al fresco, where they've got fresh burgers and hot dogs and lovely fries as well, all out there in the open, which is great. Now, when it comes to your Italian dining, the Tuscan Grill is wonderful. Sushi on 5 is wonderful for a bit of Pan Asian too. Just whatever tickles your fancy. These are additional fees because they're specialty dining, but it's not a lot compared to back home. You know, you've got La Petite Chef as well, which is a wonderful interactive dining experience where they have a projected miniature chef onto the plate who prepares the meal for you. That's a lot less than back home as well. I saw that advertised recently in London and Brighton, and it was a lot more. So this is the great thing about being on a cruise. Now, entertainment, day and night. Yeah, you've got live entertainment throughout the day too. It might be a pianist in a lounge. It might be that there's a, acoustic guitarist, but there's always something going on, and you can take it at your own pace and whatever you're in the mood for. If you want to be around a lot of entertainment, maybe you want to go and see the main show in the evening. But if you want a nice quiet one, you can just go up on deck with a cup of coffee in hand and watch the world float by and just have all the peace in the world. This is the magic of cruising. Look at the theatre, isn't that grand? It's like something you'd find in the West End. Guess what? It's free every single night, and so are the shows. I love it. We're cruising out of Singapore and we're heading off on an Eastern adventure. First up, we're going to be into the beautiful port of Phuket for an overnight. This is great down in southern Thailand, blending jungle-covered hills with gorgeous architecture, shaped by centuries of trading and seafaring exchange. Now, discovering Phuket Old Town with a local guide and then enjoying sunset drinks overlooking the Andaman Seas, an excursion on offer, and that would be great because we are there a little bit longer and the night markets are great too. Then it's Langkawi, which is UNESCO Global Geopark. You've got limestone cliffs rising from mangroves and legends of the rainforest to learn about here. Now, how about cruising through the Kilim Karst geoforest mangroves on tour? Then another overnight awaits in Penang. The capital of Penang, Georgetown, is a living gallery of heritage shop houses, which are famous in this part of the world, street art, temples. Now you can do a heritage walk through Georgetown, which will give you curated tastings of Penang's famous street food. I think that would be wonderful, wouldn't it? Then it's Kuala Lumpur, and Malaysia's dynamic capital is a lovely contrast of old meets new. You're going to find like a real, dramatic old town as well, but the Batu Caves are great to visit because they're very historical. We're back into Singapore where you'll disembark, and we're going to fly you back to the UK after this picture-perfect Eastern adventure.
And just life on board feels like a holiday enough, doesn't it? Do you know what I mean? Quite aside the places you're going to here. When we were looking through all of the different places, one, it made me very hungry, as I'm sure it always does when you're watching it at home as well, thinking, oh, I'd love to sit down to that tonight, whatever it was. Even that burger by the pool, that hot dog looked like super I could do that right now, couldn't you? The fact that this goes to so many amazing places at the same time, and you very really have to put next to no effort into this holiday whatsoever. You just go, enjoy all the wonderful ship things that there are to do, the wonderful accommodation, the restaurants, having everything taken care of, enjoying just the beauty of being on board, and then going to see all of these amazing places as well. And you literally go from place to place while you sleep, which is great. So literally all of the hard work is done. We've got low deposits available today for you to enjoy this. So it's Malaysia, Thailand and more. And remember, we're talking about the start of 2027. So we have got low deposits available. But look at the price we're locking in today, because that's what's most important. The important thing about a holiday like this is knowing that it's just a low deposit to, one, be able to make the decision today, and then two, also to lock and freeze the price, because this package covers so much, it's ridiculous. So that's your flights to and from Singapore, and when you first fly out, you've got 3 nights in a hotel for you to enjoy and explore Singapore itself, drink in the culture, go and see all those big attractions in the city. I've always longed to go to Singapore. But then you get on board Celebrity Millennium for your 9-night cruise, and luxury is the byword for this cruise, but comfortable luxury, relaxed luxury. And you've got the classic drinks package included while you're on board. And you also have Wi-Fi too, which is great. And you go and cruise then Thailand and Malaysia, enjoying those 2-day stops in Phuket and Penang as well. So you arrive on one day, you stay overnight and stay into the next day as well in those places, and you see so much more. And your deposit, remember today, if you want this, it's just £199 each. Here's the details you need to get booking. Here's the details you need as well if you want to do an upgrade on board as well. Listen, you are already upgraded, but just by being on the ship. It is such a place of beauty. And it's funny, you were saying before, Joe, that you might want to watch some of the stateroom, entertainment if you can stay awake long enough, because as soon as you lay on that bed, honestly, you are like, oh, this is heaven. Oh, this is nice. Oh, I might just put my head on the pillow. Oh, I might just have slept for the next 10 hours. I mean, honestly, it's incredible. Everything about being on board with Celebrity is upgraded and is of that certain level. And listen, we can tell you about it until the cows come home. It's not until you step on board one of these ships and you just go to yourself, wow, this is beautiful. How am I not paying thousands of pounds more than I have, given the beauty of what I'm enjoying here? You were so right when you were saying about main dining. Main dining is like a really, really good restaurant where you come out with a really hefty bill.
Yeah.
On average. But when you're main dining on Celebrity, you don't come out with a bill, not even for your glasses of wine or whatever, because you've got the classic drinks included as well. It's, you know, it is win, 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 isn't it, really?
It is.
I could go on.
And then win some more.
Yeah.
Now, our next celebrity cruise adventure is certainly one that's in demand as we head off to Australia's Great Barrier Reef, as well as exploring some of the amazing cities around Oz. A nice November getaway for 18 nights and a wonderful time of year to fly over to Sydney, swapping the cool winter here for the warmth of summer and enjoying a 5-night city break here. 5 nights in Sydney, that's a nice amount of time, actually. Not only will it give you time to decompress and get over your jet lag, but you'll get to see a really good cross-section of what Sydney is all about. And boy, is it an enchanting city. It's a city really that lives outdoors. You know, people plan their day around the ocean. You can head down to Bondi, the world-famous beach. You know, see a lot of people in their budgie smugglers for sure. You can do some incredible coastal walks. You can enjoy lunches that turn into drinks, climb the harbour bridge, and actually even do the proper climb where you're strapped in. That's an interesting one to do. What about harbour cruise? Then it's time to cruise on the Celebrity Edge. Wonderful. You've got your classic drinks again included and your Wi-Fi, and you're on board for 10 nights as you go to some of the most in-demand destinations on Earth in beautiful Australia. Now, this ship is incredible. I have to say, it was the first in Edge class. I've been on the sister ship, the Beyond, and just absolutely adored it. It's next level for Celebrity. You know, having been on a lot of their vessels of the different shapes and sizes, this one just changes the game, but in a very good way. It's bigger, it's bolder, but it is not any less personal. You tend to find that even though there's lots of space, the way they use the space, the way they've designed the spaces, it's very inviting, it feels vibrant, it doesn't feel overpowering, and every space has its own unique identity too. So you'll love it. And as you saw just pictured there, the spa with the thermal suite is just, that was one of my favorite parts of being on board on Beyond, the sister ship, because you just got to, lots of space to relax up in the spa, and you can do a thermal suite pass as well. Ocean view staterooms. You've got the infinite balconies too, which are controlled by your app. When you go into the stateroom, you can just look, you can control it very dynamically. We love that. Everything's so smartly built because it is a smart ship. And then when it comes to dining, there isn't just one main dining room. Your main dining is split into several different increments. So you've got, for example, you know, the Cyprus restaurant, which is your, you know, Greek and Cypriot-inspired food, which is lovely. The Normandy restaurant, again, more French fare there for you. And these are all part of your main dining. And the Cosmopolitan restaurant, we enjoyed all of those when we were on board. But additionally, if you want to do some specialties, that's available. There's Le Grand Bistro, for example. You've got the Fine Cut Steakhouse, Murano for French specialty, the Eden restaurant. Oh, that's lovely. Actually, that's a 7-course tasting menu with a creative and immersive dining experience. Then, what about al fresco? You can head up to the rooftop garden grill to enjoy the lovely artwork, the fresh plants and flowers up there. That is magical, actually, up on deck. I have to say, the way they've designed it, you feel like you're in sort of a real, like kind of almost a French castle in the castle grounds with the beautiful gardens. But you're not, you're at sea, you're on a cruise ship. And Eden, this was also one of my favourite spaces. Love the themed cocktails there. They'll have all kinds of fancy things with smoke coming out of them and little tiny treasure chests. I think Derek had something with smoke coming out of it, actually.
I think I probably did. My ears.
Yeah, your ears, exactly. And maybe Mr. P had the tiny treasure chest. I can't remember who had what, but it was definitely the experience. And so are the live shows, because the shows in the theatre, they have got such a high level of production value. You might find a car on stage. You might find huge digital screens. Anyway, look, we are cruising out of Sydney, and first up, we're going to be into beautiful Brisbane in Queensland. Brisbane, you know, has really come into its own over the last few years. Subtropical, creative, built around an easy outdoor lifestyle. And you can cruise the Brisbane River at sunset, finishing with lovely dinner in the South Bank precinct whilst you're there. Then we're into Ellie Beach. You know, it does feel like the front porch to paradise, essentially, because you are gateway to the Whitsunday Islands right there, where water turns unreal shades of blue the further you go out. Sailing through is like nothing you've ever experienced. Then it's Cairns, where the rainforest and the reef meet. only, one of the only places in the world where two UNESCO listed natural wonders sit side by side, the Great Barrier Reef and the Daintree Rainforest. Now, snorkel or dive on the Great Barrier Reef with marine biologists on tour. Then it's Port Douglas for more Barrier Reef and Whitsundays, and you have the Corunda Scenic Railway there as well. This is a little bit more relaxed and chilled. There's lovely street markets and, harbour markets on offer as well in Port Douglas. Then we're going to head on some scenic cruising around adorable Willis Island. Now, this is actually a meteorologist station, and you can spot loads of wildlife, including penguins. It doesn't stop there, but it's scenic cruising, and it is magical. There'll be scenic cruising along the way as well on your sea days. We're back into Sydney, where we'll disembark after this amazing adventure of Australia. 5 days in Sydney to start with, then going to all the hot spots maybe you've only ever dreamed of before. Brisbane, Airlie Beach, Cairns, Port Douglas, Willis Island. Wow, what an adventure this is.
Oh, completely. And if you are going this far and there's no getting away from it, it's a long journey there, it's a long journey back. There's nothing we can do about that. It happens to be the other side of the world. It's already tomorrow in Sydney, somehow. But if you're going that far, you really want to see as much as you possibly can. Now, if I was to say to you right now, okay, the flights to and from Sydney and the 5-night hotel stay, £3,000 each, I don't think you'd look back at me and go, how much? I don't think you would. I think a lot of people, when you think, and unless you start kind of searching, you have no idea, do you? You just think, well, it's a long way away. It's the other side of the world. Not many people I know have been there, so it must be very, very expensive. But what if I told you that the flights to and from Sydney, 5 nights in a Sydney hotel and a 10-night celebrity cruise on the ship that you've just seen was less than £3,000 per person? Would you be interested? I think you probably would. I know I was when I saw this deal. And even more so the time of year that it's going, because by November, you're just at that kind of point where you've had enough. Do you know what I mean? It's been a long year and you think, oh, I've got a long winter now. It's a long way to Christmas. And do you know what I mean? You just think, if you're anything like me, I was born in November, so I'm a winter baby. So come October, I do like to get the big cardboard box out, fill it with straw and get in there until March. Alas, I have to come out every week and make new shows. But you know what? I want to hide away. So what better way of hiding away, rather than being cold and wet and dark here, get away to Australia, go and spend some time in Sydney, go and enjoy the fabulous beaches of the Great Barrier Reef, go and enjoy the luxury on Celebrity Edge, because it really is luxurious, and it is a ship to be outdoors as well. It really is. Even if you're indoors, you feel like you're outdoors because there's so much connection to the sea as well. You've also got your classic drinks package included here, to be enjoyed responsibly one at a time, of course, even when you're in Australia. And you've got Wi-Fi as well. And your deposits today for this, just £199 each. I honestly, the whole thing is spectacular and it's come along just at the right time. Here's all the details you need to book. It is phenomenal, really, I think, because seriously, if you gave me a £3,000 budget, I would think, and I work in travel, bear in mind, I would think, okay, flights to and from Sydney, which is going to take me, it's going to take me a day or whatever to get there anyway and to get back. 5 nights in a Sydney hotel, that's my £3,000 spent, isn't it?
Right.
You'd think so, wouldn't you? But no. And that comes with a cruise which is 10 nights long, full of highlights, and it's got a drinks package and Wi-Fi all sorted. So we're not even saying to you, on a holiday like this, okay, well, there's the bare bones of your holiday, but you'll spend that again while you're away. I just don't believe that is true in this case. Do you know what I mean? There is so much included for you. I mean, obviously, you've got to find things to do when you're in Sydney, but hey, enjoying the sun on the beach every day, that doesn't cost much, does it?
No. Yeah, that's part of the vibe of being in this part of the world as well. It just is about being outdoors.
And who wouldn't want to?
Yeah.
I'm definitely ready, I tell you that. Right, let's head back to Australia now in November for our final Celebrity Cruises package, and this time we'll be cruising Celebrity Edge around New Zealand. So it's 19 nights, flying to Sydney on the 13th of November, once again enjoying a stay, 4 nights in a hotel to see everything in Sydney this time. I just find it a fascinating city every time we see the footage. Even, do you know what, for someone who's never been to Australia before, and I know you have, Joe, just the pure prowess of sailing out of Sydney Harbour. Your cruise ship is sailing out of that harbour. That has got to feel good, right?
Oh, it's one of the best sail outs on earth, no doubt, because you go under the harbour bridge, you're passing the Opera House, you also the beautiful Taronga Zoo, and it just feels magical, it really does. And cruising on board Celebrity Edge for 12 nights, this is your perfect viewpoint to enjoy the world famous fjords of New Zealand, where you're going to be going, or sounds as they're called, and so much more as well. And you know, because this ship has such a grand scale, it's going to enable you to just see that incredible nature eye to eye. It's wonderful. And being out there in the rooftop garden while you're doing it, I can't think of anything better. What a beautiful ship this is. Now, bigger sometimes with ships can mean more bells and whistles. It can mean too much space, over the top, but not with Celebrity. The way they have designed their larger ships is extraordinary. Always design-led, always new luxury, boutique hotel at sea cruising experience. So the way the spaces are created, even down to the fact you have the individual, which we touched on before, the individual dining options for your main dining. It feels more intimate that way. You don't just have a giant grand dining room like they could have done. You've got all of these individual dining rooms like the Normandy, the Cosmopolitan, the Cypriot, you know, all of these make it more intimate and special, whilst also retaining that larger ship vibe. And then there's Ocean View Cafe for 24-hour dining. Now, when I say 24 hours, obviously they don't have the full buffet out 24 hours, but you will find pizza and all kinds of things on offer if you're wanting to grab a snack at any point. Now, during the day, like if you're up there for breakfast, they have a whole eggs benny station, waffle station, anything your heart desires for breakfast. I love that. You can have an omelette made to order every day. I mean, this is no additional fee. You're getting all of this included, and it is very high quality food, I have to say, when you're on Celebrity. They're very proud of their martini and their mixology culture on Celebrity too. You can even do a mixologist class. In the Grand Atrium, every night they do a kind of a light and sound show at the bar, and the flair bartenders will also put on a bit of a show for you and you know, flip around, do a Tom Cruise cocktail style fandango. We love it. It's just part of the fun, and it's definitely worthwhile, you know, heading down there to see that event every night and grabbing yourself a cheeky cocktail, because guess what, your classic drinks package is included. So you've got a lot of cocktails included there in your package already. You could try everything on the menu if you want to. So we're cruising out of Sydney, and we're heading first off, 2 days at sea, will see us into the Fiordland National Park, the Milford, Doubtful and Dusky Sounds. And you know, this is just raw natural beauty. Dusky Sound was one of the world's first places Captain Cook ever charted, actually, and so it's still virtually untouched. The water here, you'll find, is very dark by the rainforest tannins. So that's what gives it that colour, which tricks deep sea creatures into living much closer. Then it's Dunedin in New Zealand, which has got that Scottish vibe. You've got the Scottish castle, actually. You can see the little penguins down in Penguin Place on excursion. That's a really fun one to do. They are adorable. Next up, it's Christchurch, and it's become a really funky, eclectic port of call, this one. Now, an excursion to do here would be the city's regeneration project, and then escaping to the Port Hills for views over the Canterbury Plains. Then we're Taronga. Now, Taronga's harbour is one of the busiest in the country, but you're not far from Rotorua here, which is that geothermal wonderland. I really recommend doing that and seeing the bubbling mud pools. It's unforgettable. Then it's Auckland, sitting on more than 50 dormant volcanoes. Don't worry, they're dormant. It's fine. Now, you have the Auckland Harbour Bridge Walk for a nice perspective that you can do, and that's guided. So book that with the Celebrity team on board. Bay of Islands is next, and this is where New Zealand's first tried to become a nation, and the treaty was actually signed. How about heading to Reiwa's village to learn about the traditional Maori life? That is something that allows you to drink in the culture of New Zealand in the best way possible. We have a day at sea, and then we're back into Sydney, where we'll disembark and we will fly you back to the UK. Love it.
Eagle-eyed amongst you will have noticed that this is basically the cruise after the previous offer that we showed you. So you could well put the two together and do the Queensland and Great Barrier Reef cruise first and then do this cruise afterwards. We can package that up together for you. In fact, I guess we probably already have a package for both somewhere in the background that you can talk to the team about. But this is great because some people have never been to either, but want to see one more than the other, or maybe you've got friends or relatives in New Zealand that you want to go and catch up with. Well, this is quite an extravagant way of doing it, but hey, you might as well have a holiday that's really a holiday at the same time. So it's kind of the best of both, really, of Australia and New Zealand, with the Sydney stay and the lovely cruise as well. Let's get your price tag that you can put a low deposit on right now. And this again is magical, given that you've got the flights to and from Sydney, you've got your 4-night hotel stay in Sydney, and then 12 nights this time on Celebrity Edge, all that wonderful luxury cruising, all that fabulous fine dining, and just that high caliber of quality cruise ship. It's amazing, and yeah, it's fun, it's relaxing, it's amazing. I mean, you saw the silent discos going on there, there's the nightclub, so whether you're active or whether you're a little bit more sort of pedestrian and relaxed, that's not a problem. It's best of both on Celebrity Edge, and you will love the beautiful artworks around the ship, and just how, as Joe touched on before, it's all about design. It's amazing, it is incredible. So £199 each today deposit, that locks the price, your flights to and from Sydney, your 4-night stay there, and your cruise on Celebrity Edge for 12 nights around New Zealand, enjoying the classic drinks package and the Wi-Fi while you're on board as well. You're welcome. Here's the details. What an amazing deal this is. I mean, again, it is just so good. I have to say, when you're on board Celebrity Edge, go down to the spa and you'll see the wonderful team there to welcome you at the reception there at the spa, and just ask them to see the spa menu. It's not a menu. If you go into a local spa, you'll have like a 2-page brochure, won't you, basically, which will say, manicure, pedicure, this, that and the other, a few treatments, and a few new things and whatever. When you go on Celebrity Edge, it's a book.
Oh, yeah.
It's literally a book. And when they ask them for a little tour around the spa area, and you would just go down this myriad of corridors with individual treatment rooms for the different kinds of massages and bed treatments that you can have. Sometimes you'll lay on quartz crystals, and there's just a wealth, honestly, of different things on offer. And you spoil yourself while you're there and go and do it, because it is well worth it, and they are fabulous. Everything about Celebrity is quite fabulous, to be honest. Even on Celebrity Edge in particular, in fact, across all of their ships, the shopping that they have on board and the calibre of the shopping that they have on board. We always forget to mention that sometimes because the ship's so beautiful, but so is the shopping that you can do on board. And that's just another tiny, it's like cruising with Celebrity is like a diamond, and it just has multiple facets for you to enjoy, and they're all luxurious and they're all beautiful.
Well, talking of diamonds, you mentioned shopping.
Yes.
This is the thing. You can buy beautiful fine jewellery, diamonds, fine watches in the gift shops on board, and they have incredible luxury brands, and it's tax and duty-free pricing, so it's quite tempting. Actually, I think they have an FEB. They have FE on board. So, and all your keepsakes and souvenirs, and all of that luxury beauty too. So that's part of the. I know. You mentioned it.
The thing is, you're a bit more open to the prospect as well. Quite often, when you're on a journey like this, you might be celebrating something. It could be a big wedding anniversary, or someone's birthday happens to be while you're on the holiday and whatever. And quite often, oh, is that a diamond in that window? Is it? Oh, is it? Should we go and have a look? Let's go and have a chat. And before you know it,
you've bought all
you've got
the
a
pieces,
new sparkler,
new suite of jewellery.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they do seminars as well. They'll give you like the history of the gemstones. They might have a special event for the part of the world you're visiting. New Zealand Power Shell, for example, might be on board, which is a local shell from the seas of New Zealand. Just to give you an example, because they like to make it destination specific.
Absolutely. Right, enough jewellery now. It's time to book the holidays. Get these sorted with your low deposits. We will see you soon.